everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to all my new subscribers and those who have been tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone who reached out, DM'd or whatever. You know, there was a gap in my videos. It was after our Vegas trip. We came back actually during the night, in the morning when we came back, we found out that my husband's grandmother passed away, so we had to immediately turn around and travel again. And so yeah, so there was no video and all of that. And so a lot of the plans I have for the BHM pattern designers for the month of February, I'm not able to do. I'll eventually get to some of those projects eventually, but I'm not going to try to fit those in during this month. But I do have a review for you today of one of the pattern designers, Montoya. You probably follow her here on YouTube. I will leave a link to her channel below. As a matter of fact, there is a sew along for this pattern on her YouTube channel, so I will link that down below, so look for that. And next week, stay tuned. I will have a roundup of different things that I did manage to sew during the month of February. Some was early February, and then there was a couple things I was able to finish here late February, but not a lot, but you'll see that next week. So let's get into this review. And so it is the Tory Wrap Coat. Let me show it to you. I'll pop up a picture as well. I'll scoot over here. I'll pop up a picture as well right here. But here's the line drawing, if you can see that. So I did view B, but it's the A hemline that I did. So while I did view B, it's the A hemline, so it's not as long. And going over my notes, and I'll pop up some pictures and show it to you here in just a moment, but going over my notes, there's not a lot I have to say about the pattern. It really is an easy sew. It really is. There wasn't anything complicated about any of the pattern pieces. It's just making sure you all the pattern pieces are, you have the view A, B, and C lines for cutting depending on the version you want to do. So maybe just making sure that you cut out the right piece. But I do have a couple notes of things from the pattern. So I did not do belt loops on this. I didn't want to have belt loops in the event I wear it without using the sash. I didn't want belt loops there. So because I picked some really cute fabric, as you will see momentarily, and I am happy to report I'm still so far using fabric in my stash. There was a couple things I made that, you know, I bought fabric for, but I did use for this project fabric in my stash that I bought from Lilu Designs. It's a nice African print, and I will also link her website down below. Let's see. The only real notes that I have, the size. Let me get into the size. I forgot to mention that. So the size goes from an extra small to an XXL. So for a bust measurement, the extra small, the bust is 37 inches and the XXL is 55 inches. And then the waist, extra small, is 32 inches and the XXL waist is 50 inches. And then it goes into the sleeve length and everything like that. And so, and that was the garment measurement. So that's the finished garment measurements I just read to you. And so for me, I went ahead and cut out the XXL just because if I wanted to layer it or wear other things underneath, I wanted enough room for that. So I didn't want it to be any more fitted than that. And as you can tell, you do lay down the collar. You can't have the option of laying down the collar, and so I did do that. If you can tell in the picture, this is Montoya, and she has on the view C version. And so if you follow her on Instagram, you see other versions, and if you follow the hashtag, there's several people who entered the Tory wrap coat into the challenge. And so what else? So because I used African print, I tried to pattern match as much as I can. I'm not very good at pattern matching, but I tried to get it where it didn't look too out of place and too wonky. But at any rate, I did my best here. And so here it is. And I will pop a picture shortly, but let me just show it to you. Isn't it just beautiful? And one of the things I did, because the two options she have is long sleeve or sleeveless for the different versions. View A is sleeveless, and then B and C is long sleeves. But I didn't want long sleeves. Being here in Texas, I didn't want, I typically don't like long sleeves. It just depends on what it is. I'll do long sleeves. But I didn't want long sleeves, so I cut it off pretty much. I think this is elbow length or quarter length. And so I do have my pockets. Here are my pockets. Isn't, oh, and I absolutely love this fabric. Isn't this beautiful? And here's my sash. And for my sash, the pattern didn't call for, but I did top stitch after I turned everything right side out and closed, while I was closing the opening, I went ahead and top stitched the top and the bottom, because once, you know, when you wash sashes, if you don't, if that's not top stitched, they can get all folded up, and you trying to iron the crease and everything like that. So anytime I do a sash, that's what I always do. I always top stitch all the way around to make sure even after washing it'll stay flat when I iron it. But I absolutely love this. Now let me tell you, again, with all these patterns, I always think, is there something else I can do differently with it? And most certainly I did serge all the insides of this one. I did serge everything on the inside, black serge, so you really couldn't tell. I wasn't really worried about bias binding or doing anything like that for the seams, because the print is so busy you wouldn't necessarily see it anyway. So it's black serger thread that I used. I did use bias binding, black bias binding on the edge, the hem. That is something I wanted to do. I saw someone else did that. They used a thicker bias binding, but it was a pink or lilac on the version that they did online. It was really cute. And so, yeah, I went ahead and did that. There's not, I honestly cannot say. It's really a simple jacket. I really highly recommend it. And let me tell you, one of the entries, and when I do a roundup of the challenge for the month, I will do a video with pictures and everything. But one person, so pretty, she used actually the Tory coat and transformed it into a dress. So she ended up adding cuffs, and it was nice and flowing. She lengthened, she did a couple modifications, so it's so pretty, so flowy. And so yeah, and hopefully I've been popping up pictures here too so you can see it. But I absolutely love it. And as a matter of fact, I think you might be able to see me. I'm gonna slip it on here. Here it is. Isn't it beautiful? See, I tried to do some semblance of pattern matching. Let me turn around. So pretty. Isn't it pretty? And my husband absolutely loved this. He said he loves this print. And I will say, for the collar, I use the salvage. So most of the print is these large prints, but the salvage is this design. And so I wanted that to break up the other design on the jacket. So I absolutely love it. So pretty. And yes, I definitely see me making more. As a matter of fact, I can see this in a chambray. I can see this in different solids. Cause see how where my sleeves go? This is perfect for me for the office, even in the summer, because it's still kind of cool in the office. But this is a cotton. This is authentic African wax print, and yeah, love this. Let me look at my notes. I don't think there's anything left for me to say on it. I enjoyed sewing it. How long did it take me to sew it? I would say 4 hours after I've cut everything out. I just took my time. I'm a slow sewer, so I don't sew that fast. So it took me between 3 to 4 hours, I would say. 3 to 4 hours to sew it up from beginning to end. And like I said, I absolutely love it. I'm glad I was able to use this print because this print has been in my stash probably almost 2 years. And so, as you all know, I am trying to really work through my stash. And yeah, so I'm so happy I used it for this. This is so pretty. And I'm still going to make, there's a dress, I wanted to make a black dress to go underneath this. I'm still going to do that. And the other complementary pieces I wanted to make with this, still going to do that. So stay tuned for next week's video. Have several videos coming up. I do have my first block pattern finished, my pants block. I have 2 pair of pants to show you. That's coming up. I have a fun haul coming up next week. Should be the first Sunday in March. I will have all of my makes with pictures from February. And what else? Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. But thank you all who have participated. Even if you didn't participate and you shared the hashtag BHM Pattern Designers, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And also, don't forget, you have until February 28th to still put your entry in. Go ahead, use the hashtag BHM Pattern Designers, tag One So Sweet, Lorraine here from YouTube, as well as myself, Natural Dane, on Instagram. And you can still enter. You still have time. So thank you, everybody, again. And what else do I want to say? I think that's it. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. But again, stay tuned. And I'll also have the winner's video coming up as well from the challenge, and a little montage of all of the entries from the challenge as well. So thank you everybody so much for tuning in, and thank you for your patience. Make sure you subscribed if you have not, and click that bell if you have not, so you don't miss a notification. And I will see you next week in the next video. Bye.